Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Tim, you are chasing the Joneses, and we're going to do some work in my office today. I posted a video earlier about how we made the desk, and now we have a printer, and I wanted it off the wall, put in a place where it's easy to get to, but we don't have a plug there. And yeah, I could just plug it in over here and kind of run an extension cord up and down and all around, or put it on a slide and around. But you know, it would always come apart. There'd always be a problem with it. I always have to fix it. So on this episode, we want to piggyback off an outlet that's in the kitchen and place it into the office. And so that's what we're going to do on this episode. So stay tuned, because here we go. Well, one of the difficulties in our motor home, our fifth wheel, is that in the office space there is only one plug. And that one plug has to serve many different things. It has to plug in the monitors, it has to plug in the computers, it has to plug in the lights, it has to plug in a lot of different things, and just for that one outlet. And I had that outlet also being used as my printer outlet. It's just not a good situation to have it all plugged into one particular outlet. Besides, I wanted to move the printer away from where I was at and put it off over in the corner a little bit. And so I thought about putting in a new plug which would work perfectly for us, and that's what we're going to do today. Let me show you what we're going to start at is in the kitchen in that plug, and then we're going to come into the office space. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen area. This is kind of like the coffee bar area for my wife. She puts her coffee here, and we plug in a couple other things. But this is the outlet that I'm talking about that will connect on the other side of the wall to my office. So I'm going to piggyback off this GFCI outlet, and hopefully I'll be able to use that outlet. So first thing we got to do is to pop this off. This just pops off. It's just two little things right there, no screws attached, and you set that aside. And then we're going to have to take off this piece right here, which is the outlet. So we're just going to pop that off. We're going to take a look at it, because I want to see what's going on with this plug. So this plug is, pull this plug out, and this is the wall. Looks like that was stuck to the wall. So this is the power that I'm going to come off of. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pigtail this off this into the other one. But what I want to do first, I want to get a good look in here. And so I'm looking in here, and there is something there that is plugged in. So I want to be careful of that wire as I'm working, because you don't want to mess up. And so there's nothing on this wall. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole into this wall to see where it comes out on the other. I'm just a very small pilot hole. It's not going to be anything big. And then I can adjust how I want it, where I want it. So where that plug is.
Okay.
So we're going to drill this dead center just to kind of see. That right there. All right, now that I have that hole done, we can go on the other side and take a look and see where this is going to be at.
Okay.
All right, so you see we got all our stuff hanging behind this door. Mm-hmm. And we come down here, and this is where that center hole is right here. Okay. For this plug. So that's going to be a great spot right there. Mm-hmm. For us to be able to plug into, and it'll be up and out of the way, and we won't have to worry about that. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to drill 4 more pilot holes, one on each corner, so it's going to be the same size as the hole in the kitchen. That's important so we know that we got the right size. What I have here, what we're going to use here, we got this off the internet, off Amazon, and we will send you a link to that. But again, there's no screws on the outside, so it looks clean. It just pops off, and then we have the receptacle all in one, and then we'll show you how we're going to plug that in here in a minute. So, but first we're going to drill this hole, make sure it fits, and then we'll start the cookout. Okay, so one of the things that was a big worry was I have a vent up here that comes down, but it comes down on this side versus right here. So this is completely hollow right here. So I'm going to take my tool, cutting tool, and just cut a little square and then test fit it and see what we got going on. Got the hole cut right there, and so I'm going to push it out from the other side, and then we'll test fit it. All right, you can see nice, good cutout. I can see it all the way through to the kitchen, so that's a good thing. Right in there, looks good. There's some fingers pointing out at us. All right, so I'm just going to quickly look at this and see if I can slide this in. Well, hey there, everybody. You see that I got a different clothes on and everything, and that is because the part that I had, because of the receptacle I had was missing a piece on the inside, and so I couldn't do it on the same day, so I waited until today to go ahead and get that done. You'll notice that I have some electrical wire here. This is 14.2 that I have, and in case you're wondering, and inside this, you can see that right there. Inside this is a press, so you don't strip any wires. You just put them in these things right here, and then you take the cap, then you take this piece right here that goes over it, put it down, and it marks the wires and connects the wires. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take this, as I put it back together, and oh, by the way, there's only one way to be able to put this back together, and so it just clips in just like that. And you got this outlet. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go here, as you can see. Next thing I'm going to do is go into here and grab this wire outlet from the other side, open it up, do the same thing there, and then put everything back together. Make sure you shut off all the electricity before you even get started, because one small spark can really shock you, if you know what I mean. And so make sure you shut that off, but also as you are working, make sure that you have an extra light that you can use, a flashlight, whatever it is, that you can use so that you can see what you're working on, because like we're in a dark space right now, and when we shut off all the lights, it's going to be dark in here, so we'll work on that. Anyway, we're going to go to the other side, disconnect that, and then I'll show you the rest. Okay, so here we are at the outlet. I shut off the GFI switch, and you can tell by this lamp, no light. So that power is off to that outlet. So now I'm just going to pop this outlet off. With that off, I'll take a screwdriver and take that off. It's only 2 screws. And I'm just going to pull have is we have, looks like a little clip here and a little clip on this other side, and we're going to have just pop those off. So as you can see, I got the back off this. There were 4 little tabs. You can see them right there that needed to go in, and then this pops right on off of this back piece right here. So now we have this. My next step is I'm going to go inside here on the other side of the wall. I'm going to install the outlet and push the wire through so I can connect it with that one. Okay, now that I've done that on the outside, here I am on the inside, and the first thing I want to do is make sure I'm putting the plug in right, if you can see that.